Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. Hey, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Awesome Mixtape Volume 12. Jeffrey Offstein didn't kill himself. Available now. I've been listening to How Did I Miss? It's a parody off of What Did I Miss by Drake. I've been recently doing this Ops the Mixtape series for the past year and some change. And I'm having fun. It's just parodies, just kind of bringing back the joy of making music again. Not just cut album, cut a single, cut. It's all the promotional shit and doing videos or whatever. Kind of just having fun. I want to start making some videos with Ops the Mixtape, but again, it's just parodies, so it's like low effort, just kind of my plug-in microphone with the USB. But it's fun. I've been having fun. I've been really liking the How Did I Miss song. It also kind of opened my eyes to how like Drake has, say what you will about him, he has a very good, like in terms of his projection, he has a very lyrics. I don't know if he has a ghostwriter or whatever, if he has any kind of input on it, that's here nor there. But when in each songs that he lets the beat breathe, you know what I mean? And for a lot of the time when I'm rapping, especially in a studio, if I'm trying to make something like OMG off of the Medium Pill, I left no room to breathe, right? Like I look at that and I'm go, it's gonna be hard. It'll be hard to perform that, but it's like an Eminem rap god. Like Eminem, he can't perform that all in one breath. Like you can't just do that, right? There's certain rappers that'll just try to take it to the next level, right? Eminem said he wants to take hip hop to the next level, and with rap, it's like you gotta rap as fast as you can, or spitting as much bars as you can, and as much rhymes as you can in that possible second and a half bar, right? But what Drake does is it's enough that you can sing along to. It's as simple enough that people know what's coming next, almost. Like, you could hear it once and go, great, play it again and I'm going to sing along to it, right? As opposed to, there's some songs you listen to 100 times and you go, holy fuck, wait a minute, he said that right there. Holy shit, I wouldn't even known unless if I looked up the lyrics. You go, yeah, it takes a lot to break down. Like, there's some songs that you can replay over and over again, and then you hear it like a year later and you go, oh shit, he actually meant this, right? There's a lot of that. And I think the brilliance of Drake is that it's simplistic. It's like Ford. It's simple. Getting the car manufacturers to like have the assembly line, like what they did with like the back in the day. Like he's actually started the factory work assembly line, right? It's so simple, it just works, right? Like you work on this, you work on that, and then you pass it along to the next guy that works on each step along the way, and it saves time and effort. That being said, man, it's as I'm parodying all of these different artists and singers and everything, and even though it's like just low quality and my mom hates it, right? Some people, I get it. If you're, I can't really sing. I kind of joke around a lot. So I get if you just don't like it. But for me as an artist and what I really want to work on, it's like an eye-opening experience to try to sing like Madonna, try to sing like Freddie Mercury. I'm going to parody a Michael Jackson song eventually. I might do Thriller. It's still up in the air. But I'm going to keep doing Off the Mixtape because it's like, I know that it's garbage, but it's like a fun garbage. It's like bubblegum music. I like it. All of the parodies I do they're not intricately deep. I did a couple Biggie. I did a Biggie song. I did a Tupac song. Dear Mama, I think, was probably the deepest that I did. It was Dear Oppie. It's hilarious. I think it's funny. But it's also like to try to take someone's lyrics that they wrote for a specific song and then just completely switch it up into some gang shit and just replace a bunch of words. But then you have to still also take into their voice, their cadence, their flow and projection, and their timing and rhythm on all of that. And it's like it opens up because I would have never tried to do a Tupac song. I would have never tried to do a Biggie song. I would have never tried to do a Drake song. unless it's like one of those like freestyle over a beat kind of thing, right? But to like take what they've written down and kind of just swap it, and then still also try to make it like what Weird Al Yankovic does. Like Weird Al Yankovic would have to go into their, he when he made White and Nerdy, it sounded like the exact same cadence, flow at least, flow wise, as Chameleonaire, which is hard to do. It is really hard to do. You have to really get in that mind state. It's like acting almost. You're an artist, but then you have to act like as if you're that artist. Even if you're doing a silly parody like Amish Paradise, you still have to flow like Coolio, which is I don't know if we're if it's natural to Weird Al, but it definitely expands, I think, my creativity. So much so that like you could tell like from I was doing off some mixtape about a year and a half ago, and I dropped the Medium Pill, which I think is to this day my best work. And I think the next albums are just gonna be even better if I keep that like kind of training. It's like if a boxer just decided to go into the MMA, UFC, right? Started going to MMA, UFC. If you only did boxing his whole life, if you only did your whole life, right? And some people's whole entire careers start off trying to be like someone else, right? Like you take your inspiration, you go, this guy inspired me so much, I'm gonna, like there's a lot of Lil Wayne babies walking around, like, you know what I mean? Especially like now they did just name themselves Little something, Lil Baby, kind of sound like Lil Wayne until he progressed into his own kind of his own artistry, right? It's interesting, man, and I feel like it helps me. It's like I'm developed a ground game, developing things that I've never even really thought I would want to do in terms of like last song I did, the Madonna. I would have never found myself doing that if it wasn't for the ridiculous parody that I found myself in, right? And it's difficult. You hear a song by Madonna and you go, okay, whatever. But now it's like I have even more respect for those kinds of artists, because it's like it's hard to make a pop song, right? You think it's just all bubblegum, like lovey-dovey shit. End of the day, man, it's still like you gotta hit those notes. You know what I mean? You gotta hit those notes. You gotta leave room to breathe on a track, which feels really awkward when I'm recording a song and I say like 4 bars, and then I just stop and I let the beat play for a 4-bar beat, right? And then I come back for another 4 bars and I let it play again. It's in my mind I go, there should be something here, but I know, like anything I put in there, I squeeze in there, it's too much and it becomes like hip hop almost. It becomes you're doing too much, right? But that being said, Off Some Mixtape volumes 1 through 12, right? Get it now. It'll probably be out there for the rest of my life. I might just delete all my music when I die. If I die, all my music might be off Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, and all that. It'll just be whatever I got on YouTube, whenever I choose to upload myself. So I'd say download it on iTunes now, because if I just die, that I don't really want to contribute to. I kind of like the idea of. Also, specifically my phone doesn't have a passcode, and when you log into my accounts and all that stuff, which this is not good for any kind of people trying to rob me, but I'll let it know. Yeah, I like to live my life. I'm a very big video game addict, so I believe truly when I die, or if anyone kills me, or any kind I just drop and I'm walking down the street and some guy. Those fucking harness balls, and he collapses on me and I'm dead. My phone's there. It's prime for the looting, people. It's this is like you can loot me, loot my box after I'm dead. I drop spawn loot when I'm dead, right? It's silly, and like there's not gonna be a will. I have a son. I have family, friends, but I like the idea of first come, first serve. I feel like that's more fair, right? Because when if a motherfucker kills me, you get to keep my shit, and you get to good luck. With the legal thing, I don't know how legally you could do it, but you could take my music and There, it is what it is. I would just hope that you keep it up, right? Keep it up, because where I'm at right now, it's starting to break even in terms of music. All the money I put into it, I'm finally starting to get some sort of money back. $6 a month, $7 a month, $8 a month, $10 a month. Great. I'm just getting enough to pay for my Spotify that I can play, right? It's just about, but that's tough, right? You get $10. Essentially, that's like 10,000 streams across all platforms. Which, for for a guy like Drake, he's laughing, right? For a guy like these famous guys, they'll go that I literally have to get out. I have to quit doing what I'm doing, right? Because it's so. But you build it up, right? I remember the first time I put my music on Spotify and iTunes and all that shit, and I looked the whole year. I'm like, fuck. Let's see, what did we make in a year? And it came back and it was $1, right? So. And that's $1. That's like about a couple thousand, maybe 1,000 or so, in a year. And I went, Jesus fucking Christ. I go, but that's just the beginning, right? You put out more. You put out, you keep going. You gain an attention. You got. I think I have an audience because I don't promote anything now. I'm not gonna promote shit other than hopping on the podcast and telling people about what I've done, which I think is ultimately the most. It's not paying anybody, it's not getting people to, it's not like, because I think the worst thing I could do is to advertise something that and it's just the wrong audience, and I become a perfect example is well, not even like I don't know, ads are always like scammy. There's always like weird, like you never see Joe Rogan on a billboard, right? But Joe Rogan pushes a lot of weird things where I'm like, there was this honey. I don't know if Joe was on it, but there was a lot of influencers that like this honey, and I always thought it was suspicious too. And then, but there was this honey app or something, like it was like a browser extension, and it scans the internet for all the type of codes, and it saves you money, right? And people are like, well, it's a free ad. Or no, sorry. It's a free browser extension. They're doing this ad talking about how it's free. You download it. They're giving the guy that's taught, like the podcaster or streamer, talking about this company. They're giving them money, and they're also saving the customer money at no cost, no additional costs. And I was like, but how do they make money, right? Like you think about it, like put your mind in, like, okay, you're giving an algorithm to these people that download the free extension, that browser app or whatever, that whatever you go on Amazon, and then it gives you a coupon code that you save 40%, and you're like, wow, this is awesome. But then come to find out that the extension app wasn't giving you the best deals. It was giving you deals that gave them an affiliate marketing thing. So it like essentially, like, it's like you go to fucking Walmart or some bulk buy, right? And it gives you the best price that gives them the most return on their investment. And also they're stealing money from the affiliates, because say 100 people, if 100 people clicked the link and bought something and you were getting 10% off of 100 people's purchases, it was really only 2%. You know what I mean? It was really only 1 or 1.8% that they would get as the thing, and then Honey, the company, would just take the profits. And I think guys like Markiplier, a lot of streamers were saying this is sketchy. We don't understand how the business model works. And then come to find out they were like stealing millions from everybody, right? And there's things like that. There's just came out this guy. Remember that guy? My buddy's brother, Nathaniel. He was joking about like, I got this Ferrari in my garage. It was a couple years back, remember, like 2-3 years ago. Guy was like, I got a Ferrari in my garage, and this beautiful, I love taking it out on the Hollywood Hills or whatever, California, wherever he was living. And it's nice, but you know what's more better than a Ferrari? These books that I have, knowledge. I like knowledge better. installed a seventh bookshelf to hold more books so I can get more knowledge. It's more important. And you go like, that's an ad, and that was a very big ad. That was, and he's like, that ad for that little video post of it holding up his phone, like a no effort video, just maybe a rented Lamborghini, Airbnb house. I don't know. It could have been an actual house, right? 7 bookshelves for, being a millionaire. It doesn't seem like that big of a flex. There's 2 bookshelves behind me, right? I mean, I'm not rich at all, but there's no books. That could be the problem. There's no books behind it. I got books. They're just not on the shelf. They're too busy in my bag or my, where I'm, in my room. But it was funny because that guy embezzled, or no, he had a Ponzi scheme where he was an investor, quote unquote, where he would buy up like he bought up Radio Shack when Radio Shack was billions of dollars or not billions, but it was like drowning in debt. He bought up all these companies that were shitty. Like, I mean, he probably would have bought up like a Blockbuster, and he's like, we're gonna move it to online. But what he did was essentially nothing. Him and his dumb buddies, his business bros, they would buy up these companies, and like a typical Ponzi scheme, would have the money from the investors. He'd get more investors and whatever to go around to rich people, just, hey, we need more capital. They'd get the money, and then they would pay with that capital other people, right? And you think like that's a good idea? You think that's like a maintain? I don't know why guys do it. I don't know, like, but people generally, they know that they're getting fucked. They know that it's like this. So once they get privy to it, or they get wise to that idea, they get the money that's returned on their investments, right? But it's with money from the new guys. But it's always like the Ponzi schemes always baffle, because I never really go into anything without thinking, what's the end game, right? Like, they just, okay, we're getting money now, so let's just keep doing this bullshit, right? There's a lot of companies that fuck around, right? And I never understood that. I'm like, yo, if every week we are struggling to do something, why do we do it every week? Because we can't do it every week struggling if 1 or 2 business deals go wrong. I never understood, and that's why I'm very like skeptical of businesses. I'm skeptical even about making my own business, even though I want to be a bit like, I'm like, if I open up a capital enterprise or a private equity like loan, like, hey, you want a loan, but how much money could I truly make off of lending somebody $5,000? I give you $5,000, you pay it back 10% over the course of a few years. I essentially, to make an operable business, I would need to send out, and I get these loans, and I'm sure everyone gets these loans in the mail. They essentially need to loan out more. It's like, yo, my buddy Taylor tells me this all the time. He goes, they need you more than you need them. And you can take that and apply it to everything. As a customer, is this and that, you're going to provide a service that, or, the capital or whatever that people need, right? You don't need McDonald's. Every time you walk into McDonald's, they need you, right? So if speaking of McDonald's, I did get some McDonald's today. But they need, and if I open up a business, I essentially need the public to function, right? I need customers, whatever it is, whatever I'm selling, even if I just have a convenience store. I can't just have a convenience store and be like, I'm good now. All this money is fluctuating in. I need to get people in the door. And I know, like, as a guy that, I didn't study psychology, but I took a course in high school, and I also like read psychology books because I was fascinated with the human mind and how psychological tricks can be played in terms of business. And I realized the public is generally stupid, right? So like anything, like one bad day in a business can ruin your business, right? Some guy on social media goes, "Oh, this guy gave me, I don't know, a bag of chips, and the bag of chips had a rat in it," right? Now, did the bag of chips? Maybe the guy's pranking the guy. Maybe some guy just like runs off my store and steals a bunch of. A lot of shit could happen that'll just fuck up my image. You know what I mean? You just get robbed one too many times. Nobody wants to come in because there's always some guy with a gun robbing you. So whatever it is, it's like you're up to like the public scrutiny and everything like that. That's the one thing that I'm fear. Because with the jobs, there's always gonna be another company that needs workers, right? But as a business, you only get a few chances to really like make it, right? There's like most businesses, 97% of businesses that start up fail within the first 2 years. That's a fucking scary, especially if you pour your whole life savings into it. You try your best, you do, and you're failed, and you go, all right, hang up that. I'm in now a bunch of debt, or even if I went bankrupt, I'm bankrupt. That's still bad on your fucking credit and everything. And then you just go back to regular work, right? It's I guess there's a good and bad to everything, right? But it's funny, yeah. That they need us more than we need them mantra is a funny. I like thinking like that because it's like I fucked up my knee at work. I was just driving, and it's like sitting down for long periods of time. I need to get up and stretch. And with driving, and you could always get out and stretch, but no matter what, you're gonna still need to sit down for 10 to 12 hours in that truck and drive. So if I got out every hour and still stretch, there's still a net of me sitting down and not being able to put out my leg. And I don't know, I've just been taking a couple days off now, and my job is like, guys in dispatch are fucking so annoying because they're like, can you work? Can you feeling? I know we just but can you work? And I'm like, I can't work tomorrow. And they're like, okay, but can you work tonight though? Are you good to go tonight? And I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, I didn't even respond. I'm like, yo, I told you guys I can't work tomorrow, right? I'm not feeling good up until tomorrow. Even tomorrow, I'm not going to be working. I'm definitely not coming in tonight, right? Oh, please, just, and it's just 4 hours. That's it. 4 hours, fucking 4 hours to Ontario, there and back, and you're in and out in 4 hours. I go, no, it isn't. It's 4 hours to get there. 4 hours to come back, no matter what. What am I gonna do? Sleep for 4 hours? Sleep for 8 hours? You know what I mean? Break up my 2 4-hour shifts in between and have 8 to 10 hours, right? It's stupid, man. I've just gotten to go like, yeah, it's like they need me more than I need them, right? Especially if you save money and you stack money. I've been investing, been getting quite a bit of returns back. I don't know, man. Some people go like, and it's impossible to guarantee people this, but I have not made less than like 25% of all of what I've invested in ever. Every time I invest in something. Not singly, obviously it's all told, right? There's some stocks that lose money, but my diversification is, and I feel like I'm like, this is like too easy to be true. If I started doing call options, I could probably start making some more money. I should probably look into that. I'll bring that up just on the podcast, but I say like, this is like what I learned from Dr. Boyce Watkins, a financial professor, literally the only black guy in America to get his financial PhD that year. He said that year. Obviously, it's probably other years there was other black guys, but he was the only black guy in his class and in all of America to graduate and get that PhD in finance, which I didn't even know you could get a PhD in finance until I listened to this guy. But he breaks down. And I would suggest listen to him for any advice. I'm obviously going to blow the advice because I'll just tell you what I learned from him. The number one thing is whatever you make, 10% of what you make, put it into the stock market. That means if you made $100 in a day, or $100 in a month, or $1,000 in a year, you take a 10% of that, so it's $1,000 to make it easy. Whatever, it's a paycheck, whatever you get, you got $1,000. You take $100 and you put it into the stock market. You put it in, now you take that $100. You don't just put it on one stock. If this is your very first time, right? There's so many apps you can go on to in Canadian apps. You just type in stock market. I do Wealthsimple. I like Wealthsimple. They give you a little newsletter every. You sign up for them. I have actually a cashback card. Some people use Coho. I'm not sure if you're able to buy stocks with Coho in Canadian, but it's just me. And if you just really don't trust the market, you can or if you don't trust yourself into making the best decisions, you can also go to a bank and tell them you want to open up a mutual fund that has indexing stocks, and they'll talk to you about the specifics, and you just say diversified. Just keep it diversified. A nice balanced portfolio. Not too high risk, not too low risk. You want somewhere in the middle. This is the weekend show with Mediumjay. This is how you really make money, because you're looking at, no matter what, the stocks go up and to the right, up and to the right. They always do. There's little downs, but it never goes backwards. It never goes backwards, because that's time, right? Obviously. There's the time thing on the bottom, and there's the profits on the top. But it always, it just goes a little bit up, and it goes a little bit up, and it goes a little bit up, but then you go, whoa. In a couple of days, whoa, what the fuck? And then people go, it's crazy, we're making so much money. But they talk more about losing. This is what I think bugs everybody. They've always said in the history of the stock market that it's going to just crash and go to zero. Now, has any company ever truly, there's some companies, but I'm talking about every company gone to zero and the stock market crashed and everybody's zero. Everybody's stock that they own hit zero. Has it ever happened in the history of, of when they invented it back in the 80s, or not 80s, 1800s or whatever, back in the first few company margin profit calls or whatever the fuck they were doing? Has it ever hit zero? Has it ever been that you looked and you went, wow, everything is at zero? It hasn't. And I don't think it ever will be when that happens, guaranteed all money is at zero too. All money is worthless, and the electricity grid shut off. We don't have any kind of power, and we are in anarchy, right? We are living in this, we're back in caveman times, because I think that's what there's too many people. Think about it like this. If billionaires have millions and trillionaires have billions in their money in the stock market, do you think that they're going to let that happen? Do you think that they're going to let that shit go to zero? It's never going to happen. Every company has, and people that operate companies have a survivor's mentality. They're trying to make money. They're going to, the next year, you might not be able to get a raise this year, but bro, McDonald's, fucking Tesla, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, all those companies are gonna damn well make more money next year, and then in the year before, next year after that, the year before this, they probably increase their profit 10 times, right? Amazon's always gonna make money. A person might be able to only, in their entire lifetime, round up a couple tens of thousands of dollars in a year, and they might be looking at that's enough, right? But if you have your money in the bank just sitting there, that 0.4% is nothing. It'll be nothing, because if you invest in the top 10 companies every day, you make $100, you take $10, you buy that, you buy this, you buy that. Diversify. Obviously, maybe take some chances on some new companies, because that's where, real capital can come in, right? If you bought Nvidia in the 90s you bought $1,000 worth of Nvidia in the 90s, you would be a millionaire right now. You'd be looking at crazy money. And Nvidia is never gonna, apparently they said Nvidia hit, it hit more, no, what did it? It hit more GDP than Canada. So it's like they have more money, but I think that's based off of the stock calls and stock market capital. There's a market cap or whatever where it's like if they wanted a loan from banks, all of Canada could get this amount of money, and Nvidia could get more money, which is that's crazy. One company, but it's in America, and it's the biggest producer of computer chips, and I think so many companies, technology companies, rely on Nvidia chips in general that I think a lot of people are worried. So they're trying, like people are trying to find it, but it's they're buying up the resources that are needed to make these computer chips. It's interesting. Because it's funny, because like the race to AI, and about 10 years ago they said AI, all the drivers are going to be driverless. Comes out like a few months back, Elon Musk said we're never going to have fully automated driving thing. And I go, yeah, that makes sense. The law, because like just to have those Waymos, I don't understand. When a Waymo crashes, who's at fault, right? Who does the insurance company? They have to go to the actual company. Now, if several Waymos just malfunction, or some guy hacks into it, some guy that you can't. This is the problem. You can hack into those computers, right? Like anything that is programmed can be hacked into. Once hacked into, and it just goes on a killing spree, that company's still responsible. It's easier to just let a guy, and if the guy goes crazy, the guy goes crazy, like O.J. Simpson going crazy on a Ford Bronco on a police chase. You know what I mean? They go, well, it's fucking O.J., right? That's he just was on a police chase. But if that was a driverless car, who would you blame? Like if there's like some sort of police chase, or like if a car, especially if a Waymo hits a police, like there was I think a Tesla that drove into a fire truck. Because fire trucks make maneuvers around, like sometimes the fire truck will have to get into the wrong lane, and he's a big ass fire truck, so most people go, oh, there's a big ass fire truck coming in my lane, I better stop. He has to go around, and he's curving around traffic or whatever. But a Tesla thing goes, I'm in the right lane, right? Like this big ass truck, I can't go. It's something that I don't know if the fucking machines. There's a lot of machines. I was talking about this. Like there's a lot of machines that you see, these robots, and they get tripped up. Like I was like, yo, like say like a Uber Eats guy can go, oh, the elevators aren't working, but a fucking whatever guy or whatever robot, these goddamn clankers, these motherfucking clankers, will hit that button, and if the button's red but the elevators aren't moving, he'll just go, oh, well, must be a long wait, beep. And it'll probably get stuck there for hours. That's what I think. Like, as much as we like to say AI is some godly thing, and there's a lot of people getting money off of telling everybody that it's some magical thing. I've talked to AI, ChatGPT specifically. I talked to it so much, and it's gotten worse. And I'll tell you how it's gotten worse. Because it asks me multiple times for consent about what question. I like, hey, do this for me. And it's like, do you want it like this? And I go, yeah, exactly like how I said it, do this. And I'll go, but do you want me to do it like this? And I go, yes, just to clarify, this and this and this is what you want me to do. I go, yes, please do it. And then it does something else. I go, make Drake and Joe Rogan in a podcast on. Drake comes on to Joe Rogan, and I want to see what they would talk about. Just let you know, we can't impersonate it. And I go, what? And maybe is some sort of weird Hollywood thing hit AI where they can't copy likeliness of personalities anymore? I don't know, because I remember when it was like 3 or 4 years ago, I go, or it might have been 2 years ago, I asked ChatGPT, I go, make up a story of, might have been even this year, but this is how fast things are moving. It felt like 3 years ago. Make George Orwell, H.G. Wells, Mark Twain, and fucking and Oscar Wilde in a Jerry Seinfeld sitcom, like, you know, discussing literature. Have them, you know, in a comical sitcom TV show, and it gave me like a script of it, and it was fucking good. It was good. Like, they were like all discussing their writing styles and going back and forth, kind of making fun of each other in like a Seinfeld-esque thing. And they're sitting around and in an apartment studio in New York or whatever, and they're like talking about dystopian futures, and how their writing styles always talk about, you know, it alludes to the way life is going and all that stuff, especially like George Orwell or whatever. Did I say Orson Welles? H.G. Wells and George Orwell. I meant to say, but either way, it was and George Orwell. I guess Oscar Wilde was like, yeah, you know, you could always be so doom and gloom about the future, George, but you gotta live a little, right? What's life without breaking a few eggs or whatever he said. And just as he said that, the ChatGPT logs, as I was just reading it, fucking in comes Jerry Seinfeld, and he goes, hey Orwell, what's the deal with dystopian futures? And I was like, that's actually so fucking funny. I read that and I went, fucking AI created that in seconds, bro. That was so like, it's just a typical corny joke, but it's something you could see someone post that, like someone like on a thread forum make that, and that's a really good viral thing. And I was like, man, I should share this, but at the same time I'm like, I don't want to just start sharing all of AI's ideas and stuff. And like, now I don't think I'd be able to recapture that, because I've asked that same question over again, and it gave like little. It just feels off. Everything kind of now feels off with AI when I ask it questions. I think they put in too many filters. They put in too many, I guess, lines of code that ask for consent. It's gotten to a point where it's just slop. It's sloppy. There's a lot of like silly videos where it's like the cat will like turn into Superman and fly around the world to save a little baby from a fucking floating river or something, and you're watching it, and it looks almost more AI generated than they were onto something. But I think the too many people started uploading like realistic things. You know, you take Star Wars first. I think Star Wars has an AI thing that looks really good. But the problem is, if you upload stuff like that, which takes absolutely no effort, and you monetize those views, I think YouTube said right now, all AI, anything made with AI, you have to tell us, or else you'll be taken down or whatever. You'll be, because you can't monetize it. If it's made with AI, you can't monetize it, and they can't run ads on it, because it's essentially like, I've seen these AI like, and this is why I got off Instagram. I might get back on Instagram when I'm feeling better mentally, and when I'm feeling better mentally, it just means I have $10,000 in tied up in my investments. Once I get 10 grand, I might just come back, because I'll be like, nothing can touch me, and I wanna flex on these niggas, man. I wanna flex on these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot of gang shit. You know what the fuck going on. Cash leaders, Mediumjay, check it. Stay with the stick. You know what the fuck going on. But I stopped doing AI. I stopped doing Instagram because it just, to me, it's turned into AI. My For You page is girls that I go, these are all AIs. And I think if so many people are looking at AI women and how they behave and growing up. I went to McDonald's today, right? I got the coffee. I got these two McGriddles with the hash browns. Delicious little fucking genius inventions by McDonald's. They're not paying me to say this, but their voice, I can't tell if it's AI. It feels like AI. Hello, sir. What can I get for you today? Yeah, can I get it? Okay, that's great. This will be total is and you come to the next window. And it's gotten, you know, and I know that that's all they have to do. That's all they're supposed to do. That's their job. but like I was like, wow, the AI is just AI. I in my head, and I go, no, it's just a person, because it's cheaper, right? They always go, oh, AI is gonna replace. It's cheaper. Just imagine having a voice coder, and then one fuck up, right? A human being, you fucks up, and you could tell them that it's. But if an AI fucks up, and it's just like it's, and there was that. I think someone at Wendy's ordered like 1,800 cups of water, right? And they're like, yeah, we shut down AI because like we're not giving 18, but it put in the order for them to fucking give out 1,800 cups of water, and some guy in the back's fucking, by his 400th cup of water, he's like, holy fuck, man, everybody has to leave. Everybody in line, I'm working on these waters for the next 6 hours. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Everyone's like, oh, man. The guy sitting back like, it was, I meant 8 cups of water, but he thought I said 18,000. You know what I mean? I said 8 thank you cups of water. 8,000 thank you. Mistaken my thank you for 1,000. And the guy's just like sitting back going, I fucked up there. I fucked up the clankers. Every time I go into like McDonald's or Tim Hortons with those, they used to have those screens and machines. They were like obelisks, and you type in you want a sandwich or a coffee. You type it in there, and I remember specifically like when I was maybe like 15 years ago when they first brought those out, and a guy was like, and they had like the McDonald's waitresses dressed in like servant suits, right? They had them in weird French maid outfits for that specific time when they were doing a McDonald's renovation thing, when they got rid of the happy red and they got rid of the clown logos and all that shit, and it was just became McDonald's, like a futuristic McDonald's. It was just gray and brownish. They had that girl, and she was like, there's a line already here, you can order from the machine. And some white guy, right? This is the only time I really fuck with, those racist redneck white guys with the beards and look like he just pulled up in a Camaro, and he's, smoking he smokes right up to get to the doors, and then he ashes right on the door and comes into the McDonald's, right? Smelling like booze from the night before. And he's like, nah, I am not giving my time and effort to make sure that the machines replace your job. And he walked up to the counter and ordered from a real person. And I was like, yeah. I was on the machine going like, yeah, wait a minute, cancel my order. I too would like to order from a machine. Thanks, white man. Yeah. These corporate fucking idiots are guiding us to their point of not getting a job, right? You know what I mean? These machines took our job. He's gonna take our job. I felt like we were like, and he gave me he looked at me and he gave me a little nod, and I was like, yeah, we're fighting back. And sure enough, right, like now you don't really see many fucking people on that machine. Unless it's like busy, people order from the machine or whatever. But I would much rather talk to us. I would rather talk to a loser than the perfect machine, right? There are a lot of people getting caught up in AI conversations where the AI will just feed, and especially with algorithms too. The algorithms, they feed you what you want to hear. Sometimes you got to listen to opinions that don't matter or that you would never have thought of, or that go against your ideals. Every now and then I like to go onto racist websites. You know what I mean? Every now and then I just listen to what they're angry about. What those people that hate niggas, what are they really angry about? And it's fucking, they get weird news. Nothing but like black guys killing white people. You know what I mean? Black guys doing murder all the time. And I go, there's a lot of people dying. But it's like they're like, all niggas need to die, all niggas need to be hanged, and I go, huh, that's so weird. But like, trying to get mentally into their ideas, it's like trying to mentally wrap my head around what their life is it's a forum of sharing all the niggas' crimes, all these black guys' crimes, and then just it's like, oh yeah, another nigga killed a white chick, or another nigga killed a white guy, or another nigga committed a mass murder, another nigga did, and they're going around, yeah, I hate niggers too. You hate niggers? I hate niggers. Oh boy, I hate niggers. Yeah, they celebrate when a black guy does commit a crime, because they go, oh, I told you so. I told you he was gonna do it. It's like, what? It's got to be a weird life, though, to really just sit around going, oh, man, I haven't seen any niggers committing any... I hadn't... No, the black people stop committing crime, and then they go, wait a minute, I got one, yeah! Comment DN, type in N, and then have another guy go I, and then another guy types in G, and we did it, guys! Yeah, they're high-fiving in the comments section. Oh, yeah, fuck them. And you go, there's some niggas that ain't shit. Don't get me wrong. There's some white people that ain't shit. There's some fucking every race has people that ain't shit. But to just go, yeah, whatever. That white guy was troubled, dude. That white guy was on pills. That white guy had a bad childhood. Yeah, there's always an excuse. It's funny, man. Sometimes I watch and I go, holy fucking Christ, man. Like, guys, get a grip on... I can't talk, because they smell it. The moment I comment, they go, nigger. He's a nigger. Of course he would be saying that he's a nigger. I go, how did you know, man? All I said was, be real with yourself, guys. No, nigga, no. Only niggers say, get real. We ain't gonna keep it real, monkey boy. I go, Jesus Christ, man. So I just scope it and I go, yeah, they're still up to the same old bullshit. Like, I can't imagine working in a factory, working at whatever, some, coal mine that those, white guys, whatever they're doing, and then coming home and going like, damn, my nigger boss today was telling me to work harder. What, this is worse than actual slavery when it happened. We were at least nice. We gave him fucking lemonade. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so warped, man. That's all I'm going to say on the racism aspect of it. It's so silly. And it could be bots, too, to be honest. This is what, a lot of it is AI slop. We're getting a lot of AI shit where you're like, and anything that I don't like, anything that's I feel is too dumb or too much of an over assumption, I go, that's like some Russian or Chinese bot made to make everybody, because I doubt that there's so many people that just run to the comments to type in the N-word. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think, like, even if I was a white guy, maybe I would, when I was younger, I'd probably just say the N-word because I loved hip-hop, and I'd think I'm a nigga, right? Like a Vanilla Ice or a fucking, whatever, a Wigger, right? Like, 6ix9ine especially, just drops nigga like whatever. But Puerto Rican or whatever, I would just be like, yo, I hung out with the, I love black people, I love the culture and everything, and maybe one black guy would give me the pass, and I would legitimately think it means something. And I probably would say the N-word, and not in like in a racist way or anything like that, but I would say it's like a term of in terms of endearment. But these guys that just race into it and go, niggas ain't shit, and niggers ain't this, da da da. A lot of it's got to be bots. Because I don't see that level of racism in public. So if their life is just, oh, hi, black man. Oh, hey. I was walking into Circle K the other day. Circle K. You know what I mean? Circle K. It's 3K. So you're 2K short of something that I don't like. But anyways, I walked in there. And I was wearing this hat specifically. It was a Wakanda hat. And it says Wakanda on the back. And some white guy that looks like he would fucking not like me was like, hey, that hat what kind of hat is that? I go, oh, it's a Black Panther hat. He's like, oh, I thought it was. And that was it. And I was like, I thought it was. It said that word at the beginning. I didn't even know if he knew how to pronounce it. Waka. I was like, oh yeah, Wakanda on the back, yeah. I totally sometimes forget that it's this hat, the Marvel hat. I want it because look, it matches this fucking shirt. I had this purple hat. It matches my purple Toronto Raptors hoodie. Matches purple. It's a nice matching purple, right? Couldn't give two shits about the character. Two shits. I mean, R.I.P. To the actor. He was a brilliant actor. It was a good movie. I felt like it. But I don't know. Like it's funny that I remember that like all the Africans would go in there like dashikis or whatever they're dressed up homeland shit. I think even my buddy El Haji, which I make fun of this nigga all the time for being a sellout, cause like yo, you're pumping your fists. I think he's only ever dated white women, right? And I asked him one time, I go like, yo, you don't like black chicks at all? He's like, no man, I got like 4 sisters that are all black, and you know black chicks just remind me of my sister. So, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Because I love Asians, right? Like light-skinned women do absolutely nothing for me because I got multiple sisters and stepsisters and half-sisters. And I just kind of, you know, they're pretty and they kind of look like if I date but there's some hot light-skinned chicks that I just go, dude, I fuck the shit out of them still. I hook up with them. But also there's like this opposites attract, right? Like my Asian buddy was like, I actually love black women, right? But he as an Asian, he can't bring home a black chick to his family. That's just what it is. So it's like you're secretly that your porn is what you're not allowed to. It's like the one thing you're not allowed to like is right. Like there's some of the most racist motherfuckers out there. Those KKK wearing hood motherfuckers look at like fucking some black chick, you know, some black chick working at Starbucks with, you know, nice hair and maybe a little nose ring and go, maybe even that little goth makeup with the eyeliner and just like, oh my god, I'll fuck the shit out of that black chick. Oh, what am I thinking? I can't tell anybody that, you know what I mean? It's got to be hard to wrap your head around that. Speaking of black chicks, bro, that Naomi girl from fucking WWE, man, like, oh, fuck, man. Oh, man, Naomi, whatever her name is, Naomi Jax or something, it's not Naomi Campbell, but that Naomi, black chick with, like, green hair, I seen her, I was watching the Royal Rumble today, Royal Rumble 2024, I'm like, yo, these girls are fucking, like, it's, say what you want about how corny WWE is and it's all staged and everything, you know, some of those girls, she was in there for, like, 45 minutes. This Naomi chick just hitting the splits. She would like someone would go to do clothesline and she would just drop into the splits. Now imagine I doing that. Like my knee is fucked, and I was like really aware of how many things that would go. I would literally probably fucking faint if that done to me. Girls getting power bombed off the top ropes, even if they catch them and fall down kind of thing, it's still like you have to fucking take a lot of it. I watched this girl get like basically slammed on the side, and it was like she, I think, made a choice to just land on her knee, but man, she landed on her knee and fell out of the ring, and it looked so fucking painful. Just the way the girl spun her on the side because she had to land on something. She didn't want to land on the floor that was like 5 feet drop below further or whatever 4 feet. But I'm like, yo, she still took that hit, and I'm like, yo, the way it landed, I'm like, that would fuck me up for life. Like, there's so many things about right there I would literally quit. I would quit there. You know what I mean? Watching a girl get power bombed or thrown off the top ropes onto the floor. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many things, and it's like, this is the women's thing, right? You know, we always talk shit about women's sports and everything like that, but I'm like, yo, some of these women were just going in, and like, at a certain point, there was like this really big chick, I think her name is Nia Jax, I think that's the Nia Jax, this big, I think she might be light-skinned, she just might be white, I don't know, but that's neither here nor there. She's a big body chick, bro, like 6'4", you know what I mean? 300 and something pounds. Big, but like not fat, you know, bulky. I say bulky. Bulky ass bitch. But like, yo, like if she stood a certain way, she probably couldn't walk into an elevator, you know what I mean? Like it would be too much for the elevator, you know what I mean? She has to like evenly distribute the weight among the elevator. Either way. She was like getting, like there was like 6 women just on her, like 7 women just pounding on her, and then she just did this, and it was so corny, and they all fell back, and I was like, I just started crying. All right, now I haven't cried, and I was like, it was getting to a point where the other day, like maybe like last week, I was sitting back and I was going, man, I haven't cried in a little bit. Like maybe I'm holding something back. You know what I mean? Maybe I've just been happy, and there's nothing that, you know, can really faze me. But I sat back and I went, these women are putting it all on the line. And they tried so hard to try to take her down. And it's WWE, it's just a fucking, you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter, it's all scripted. But I sat down watching Nia Jax just go nothing for all of those. And I'm like, all those women's efforts were nothing. And I'm like, yo, this is a beautiful spectacle of entertainment. I was just sitting back going like, oh my gosh, these women are putting on a show. It's a show. It's a show. Throw roses. Bravo, women. And you know, a lot of guys go, oh, the women, their tits and ass. And I go, yeah, they're dressed to impress. But I was like, yo, the performance that they put on, having like all of those women in the 2024 WWE Royal Rumble, because I was like, man, I was watching old school WWE going like, this is amazing, like it's and in the comments it's like, they don't make it like this anymore, and I was kind of like getting indoctrinated by the comments, and then I was like, that's not fair. I haven't watched a solid pay-per-view in a long ass time. They got WWE has all the pay-per-views from a year ago now, so you could just watch the new ones up a year if you know. So if you haven't been catching up, you watch some of that, and I went, man, like it's fucking. I watched the whole thing, a whole hour and 10 and some change, watching them, and you watch some of these girls. Some of those girls are fucking beautiful, drop dead gorgeous, and they're like jumping off the ropes, off the top ropes, somersaulting into a bitch. You know what I mean? Just giving, you know, some strong ass chick, you know, just power bombing these little girls, tossing them out the ring. It's like, man, you're watching this and you're going like, it's a show. It's a good show. And this is gonna sound dumb as fuck to anybody that likes fighting, but I would rather watch WWE a million times versus actual real fights. UFC, you know what I mean? Because here's the thing in UFC, every now and then a guy gets, like what happened last weekend. I don't know who, I was watching it with my buddy Taylor, because he's big into the fights. MMA Journal Canada, shouts out to him, but he was we were watching the main events. We were all having drinks, and then we went back to his place and watched the fights. And we're like, all right, the main event, let's go. And in 33 seconds, the guy gets flatlined, and he go, well, that was a nice fight. I'll see you. You know, have a good. It's basically like, well, all that waiting for the main event, and get your popcorn, got your drinks ready. We got a nice little blunt rolled, whatever you're doing. Okay, it's gonna be good. Imagine 30 seconds later, you just go, oh, well, it's over. All right, time to go to sleep. You're just sitting in your bed, like, It just seems sometimes. Now I'm not gonna say it. Sometimes fights in real fights are fucking boring as shit, right? Like WWE, there's gonna be boring guys that are nobodies, but those main event guys. Stone Cold, for whatever reason, he never really did any big slams. He did like a lot of like, and he just start punching the guy, and he'd drink beer, and it was still entertaining. For whatever reason, his Stone Cold Stunner, which made no sense whatsoever. If you try to do a Stone Cold Stunner to somebody, first of all, you kick them in the nuts, which that is the kick in the nuts or the gut is the most powerful thing you'll ever do. And then he turns around, grabs their head, basically like this, and he drops on his ass by himself. If someone did that, you'd go like, what the fuck did he do? He landed on concrete, right? Like if someone did that in real life, the motherfucker landed on the floor. He jumped on the floor basically on ass first. You fucking rupture your tailbone on that shit. I don't know. It's funny though, man, because it's like you watch Stone Cold back in the day, and he just made things interesting, right? He did a weird dog pile thing where they'd both bounce off the ropes, and he would jump on them, and he just keep giving them those fake punches, right? And the ref would pull him off. I never understood why the ref pulled him off. You're not allowed to ground and pound in WWE or something like that. And he'd give the ref the finger, and he'd start like, it's a lot of showmanship. But to me, that like is so entertaining. I don't know what it is, man. Like, dude, everybody takes the thing from WWE, the taunt and the there's something in a human being, even in a real ring, when you knock someone out and they start doing, like when Izzy, that's a WWE move if I've ever seen one. Fake arrows at the fucking at the guy that you're flatline, bro. It's gay to do, first of all. In any certain stance, I'm not even shooting an air. You know what I mean? Like you know, okay, air guitar is lame, right? You're playing along to someone else's songs and you're air guitaring it. But every now and then you do hit an air guitar, or you know, you listen to Freebird. Yeah, damn, yeah, that's a good shit. Woo, grab me a beer, grab me another one, or listen to Freebird. I might drive home and beat my wife tonight. Fuck yeah. But you know, the first of all, you hit. I remember I did air shotgun when there was a French Montana song where it was like, where you did shot, like there's gunshots in the song, and I knew the song, so I pulled out a fake gun and I went, and some of the security guards were like, oh my god, like they're like, yo, and for the rest of the night they were watching me, and I went, jeez, you know what I mean? You just can't have fun like that anymore. It's too dangerous now. And again, that was like 10 years ago. And it's gotten a lot more politically correct. You can't pull out the fake gun, cock it back, and let one off. But that would be cool, right? If you pull out a fucking fake gun and fake shot Alex Pereira. But he pulled out a Bose, and he pulled out the air, and everyone was like, that's so cool. And it was cool, but it's because he knocked him out. And he could have literally... He could have did a shitty moonwalk or something. Well, maybe not a shitty moonwalk. Could have. Once you knock someone out that where you were expected to, you lost to him like 3 or 4 times, or 2 or 4 times, and it was your third fight. Everyone thinks you're gonna lose, and you knocked him out. The air thing is that's like a WWE emote, right? There's a lot of things like in terms of showmanship that UFC have stolen from the WWE. When it comes to like Conor specifically, when Conor was just talking shit, like the WWE made, like WWF and fucking Attitude Era, that was big for the mics, like on mic talking shit to your opponent before you fuck them up. Hell, there's guys that got knocked out, and I think even Conor, while he was sitting there with a broken leg, was like, and your wife's in me DMs, your wife, and I remember going like, this is not it, buddy. This is not it, bro. You're sitting there like folded like a fucking lawn chair, right? You're sitting there folded up, and you're like, your wife fucks me. And it's like, but Conor, don't you have a wife? You know what I mean? What is your wife sitting? Is his wife sitting in the stands going like, well, yeah, my husband did fuck his wife. Like, yes, yeah. I don't know if she's Irish. Yeah, he did do that. I don't know. Irish. I'm part Scottish by like a marginal percent, and I fucking hate those Irish motherfuckers. Cause yeah, it's easier to just tell these niggas I'm fucking Irish, right? These fucking Irish. I knew Khabib was gonna knock the shit out. Well, he didn't knock him out, but he choked him out. I knew Khabib was gonna. Khabib's a killer. You could just tell in his eyes, bro. The motherfucker. But Khabib is one of those guys that he doesn't. Well, he does actually talk. I remember actually that fight. He went into another WWE tactic. He ran into the stands to throw hands with fucking Conor's trainer. It's the wildest shit you ever see in fucking anything. You go, this guy that like is so professional. He doesn't really talk. In the ring, he'll be beating up a guy going, talk now. You talk. But it's not. It seems like it's so like foreign talk shit. Please talk now. Huh? Why did you say those things that hurt my feelings the other day? He's just beat him. Imagine just, I'd be more pissed off that I'm like, yo, you're not talking shit right, bro. Just getting your ass pummeled, and he's like, who wears the underwear now? I have the underwear. I got the big underwear. He's just beating the shit out of you and go, dude, no, it's fucking, you wear the pants, bro, and that's in a relationship, man. We're not in a relationship. I got the other, the glove is on the other hand, my friend. He's just beating them up. How's that for a hot cup of coffee? Just, no, dude, no. It's like, how do you like them apples? At least would make more sense, but it's not the right time, bro. Just say fuck you or something. Tell me you fuck my bitch. Tell him you're gonna kill me. You know what I mean? After tonight, your shirt I'm going to be wearing. It's what? Oh god, what does it even mean, dude? It's psychological warfare at that point. I don't know why I think that's so funny. You're not gonna be sitting right for a week. No, you say that to a chick, bro. Oh, dude, you're just getting pummeled by like some of the worst shit talker in history. Talk now. I can't talk. There's a mouth guard in me, and you're punching me. Talk now. You wanted to talk so much before. Why not talk now? Dude. I don't know why I think it's so funny. It's just a guy talking terrible shit, but he just can fuck you up. I tied your shoelaces together at the beginning of this fight. Haha. Just that's I don't know. I guess that's been the weekend show. That's been the weekend show with Mediumjay. Man, this hour flew by fast. I was like, I wanted to talk about how AI is detrimental to society. But I think AI itself is just killing itself. AI specifically is they're spending all this money and all these resources, but it's hitting that point where shit or get off the pot AI. Like all these tech conglomerates. How many people? I don't see anybody walking around with those Meta glasses. I've seen maybe 2 people since the conception for years, and I don't think that 2 people is good. 2% of the population of who I've seen interacting with. I don't think that's going to be able to support the big budget that they've had for these plans. I don't know anybody that's really paying for the premium Snapchat AI, the premium fucking Grok AI, the premium metas and all that bullshit. It's not regular people, so and regular people can hop on AI and get pretty much the exact same kind of fucking thing, but there's a lot of lonely guys paying for AI video creators content and shit like that. There's a lot of fucking, which is crazy, fake AI titties on like, well, some of these AI chicks though, like they are fucking like, it's perfect. But there's girls that like I look at it and I go, these girls are perfect, and they're just fucking OnlyFans cam girls or whatever, or there's just regular chicks working at a coffee place, right? We're getting to that point though where AI something has to make it profitable. Whether they start selling AI drones for weapons, for manufacture, AI bombs, some sort of new nuclear thing, maybe an AI converter set where it can convert AI. Again, I'm not the smartest guy when it comes to this technocratic shit. But I believe that it's this. I'm gonna call it right now. I've said that McDonald's will lose half of its money, and I was wrong. I'm pretty sure I was completely wrong. McDonald's is doing just fine. But I've also said in that same year that Bitcoin would hit 100,000 Canadian, and it did. It was like this by the end of this year, and it was like 6 months into that year, a couple of years ago. I also said in the next 5 years, McDonald's will lose half of its profits, half of its revenue, because people aren't going to McDonald's like they used to. That might be a fucking. It's still about 2.5 years. 2.5 years into that prediction, so it could still be, but I might have to walk that back. McDonald's has the prices have increased, and it's the exact same quality, right? Prices have increased. I do feel that there are a lot less people going to McDonald's than they would be going to Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons seems like it's eating up the revenue share in terms of coffee and breakfast. But when it comes to a sandwich, you're not going to Tim Hortons. So McDonald's corner of the market on dinner time, prime time shit. So we're still in that. It's a gray area, right? and the more I like investing in things, the more I like to view businesses as just what profit margins they have. Started changing my outlook on life, I guess. But I'll make this prediction right now. AI will become basically useless. It's going to be a waste of money, and it's going to fuck up the economy. It might be the worst investment that these companies ever made. And I'll go on record right now to say that. Right, it's October 2nd, I think October 3rd, October 3rd, I think. I don't know what day it is, guys. I've been off work for a while, so I just, no business shit. I'm just kind of relaxing. My knees sore. Not on social media either, right? I'm basically like an ostrich with his head in the ground, right? I got my head in the sand. Just been playing fucking Call of Duty. The new Call of Duty came out. It's Advanced Warfare 2. For all the people that haven't tried the beta yet, check it out. Check out the beta. It's kind of fun, kind of lacking any kind of... It just seems like another notch in Call of Duty. It's just another Call of Duty. Call of Duty Black Ops 6... You would think Black Ops 7 would follow the same model, but it's exactly like Advanced Warfare. It plays like Advanced Warfare, mixed in with obviously everything that they've done ever Call of Duty. All the good little things that Call of Duty's done up until this point, they just added into the new Call of Duty. But this is what pisses me off, that it's just doing Call of Duty 6, 7, because they used to do Call of Duty Black Ops, then Call of Duty Modern Warfare, then they switch it up with Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Then they had Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and my buddy, I remember this guy Drew, he's grown up now, but I'd play with this like 14-year-old kid when I was like 20, and it's funny, man. And I remember I played with him all the time. This guy seems legit on Xbox, right? Please don't rate him. Please don't fucking dox him or whatever. Yeah. I don't have fan. I mean, I don't have. We don't get fucking crazies like that. But this guy was he said the funniest joke to me too, and this is when I was like struggling. I just moved out of my mom's place, living in a shitty like little fucking rooming house. I was playing video games and going like, man, my life sucks, bro. Like, I'm like struggling. I had my class 1 license, but I couldn't get anyone to hire me because it's like, yo, you need experience. I remember going like, how the fuck, what's the point in doing anything if I don't, how do I get experience if I don't? And it's like, it's one of those catches, right? Where it's easy to give up. And I was working in like for Sherwin-Williams actually, like part-time. I was working part-time trying to live on my own. And even back then, it was fucking tough. But I was like, oh yeah, we'll play some video games, little guy. Let's do it up, man. Get my mind off of being an adult. Once you get thrown in as 21, 22 years old, being like, I'm never gonna be a kid again. Like, that's like also one of those big things. And then it's like realizing how shitty adulthood is. And then I realized once I hit 30, I realized, like, dude, you're as young as you feel, right? And obviously if my knee is fucked, I kind of, I gotta slow down, right? I can't be a lot of guys are like, my shoulder's fucked about going to work or whatever's fucked. I go, not me, man. I don't need money that much. I had money I had points in my life where money was not there at all, but I somehow it's like, how did I make it to the week? I got nothing for this week. Like, I'm like, shit, okay. Bring a bag of sandwiches to the thing, and with like a little stealing peanut butter packets from the fucking cafeteria, wherever. Run into fucking a hotel, clear out the fucking those muffins and run out. Grab like a little cookie from here, whatever it is. But yeah, it's you make it. what the fuck was I saying? But yeah, my buddy was when we were playing Xbox, he was like, yeah, it's funny, man. It's like Call of Duty, just in his little kid voice. He was like, yeah, it's, you know, Call of Duty would have this. This is I can't imagine. He's like, I can imagine what, and he just set it up like a joke. I'm fucking it up because I can't remember exactly, but he set it up like I can only imagine the board meeting room on Call of Duty executives. He's like, what is it's like, okay, or no, this like no, this is like the ad for the new Infinite Warfare. You've played Modern Warfare. You played Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You've played Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. This summer, get ready for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. That warfare that never stops, didn't it? I was like, yo, I remember hearing that and I'm like, yo, that was like a legit funny, like, it's like a little funny skit from this guy, man. But that's exactly how it feels with Call of Duty. Call of Duty, especially Call of Duty 7, that beta. It's just it's Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare. Like they just kind of ran, and that's what they do. They do every Call of Duty. They swapped it. They would do Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty this modern, Call of Duty X. I would call it Call of Duty X because they had they had Treyarch. They had They had 3 different companies, and they would swap. That's when Call of Duty was good. That's when Call of Duty would made Modern Warfare 2, then they did Modern Warfare 3. They had Call of Duty Black Ops. They had, and then they put Ghost somewhere in the middle. But they had a market on every Call of Duty felt just different enough where you would have to get it. This new Call of Duty 7, it's just the beta 2, and it was fun. But I remember going like, there's nothing that stops at Call of Duty 6. Like, it just, Call of Duty 6 felt in itself different than, but it is also, I haven't played Call of Duties in a long time. Last one I played was Call of Duty Black Ops. What was it? Call of Duty Black Ops. It was Call of Duty Black Ops something. It was a cool thing, but it was a good one. It was like the introduction of like the open world zombies, and that was a cool thing that I always wanted to. They should have brought that back, where you could go to different places and they started scavenging for things. But either way, that's been the weekend show with Mediumjay. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. Talking about video games. I would say check out, fuck all my other music. It's free. Right on it. It's free. It's free real estate. Check it out. How did I miss when I was looking at y'all and scoping with y'all and making sure that it was a clean hit, man? How did I miss when you was all in my crib looking at bro, word for word, no wounds at all, man? You always get lucky like this, man. How did I miss? I think that was a clean cut. There's a couple. As for home studio, it could always get better. Could always criticize, but man, I thought, man, how did I miss over? What did I miss? Drake's beat. Honestly, man, I'm surprised that it's not doing millions right now. I'm surprised, but that's how it goes. With music, especially, I've noticed every time I put my effort into this one song and I go, okay, market it, everyone goes, that's cool and all that. That's good for you, but we like this song from you. We want this song. And I go, that's the song that I put absolutely nothing into. No promo. I didn't mix it. I didn't even really want to put it out. I put it out because it was just something to fill an album. Right? And you guys, okay, and everyone's like, but this is beautiful. It's a beautiful little child. And it's turning into a butterfly, and watch it. And I'm like, I just want to fucking take my arrows like Izzy